That's how I feel every time someone gets caught smoking on an airplane. It's like, I don't understand how you think this is, and it still happens. Like on
I don't get that either.
It's like cigarettes are some of the most distinctly not only distinct but disgusting smells out there.
Oh, for sure.
I don't understand how you thought you should get away with this,
dude. Speaking of nasty
as
cigarette smells, right? Well, speaking of nasty cigarette smells, dude, as the older I get, man, the less I enjoy like going out to like, especially like some bars and clubs where you still can smoke cigs.
That exists.
Like,
I mean, it exists in other countries.
I think so.
I guess.
I think so. I mean, it definitely did in Europe. I think there's still some bars in the U.S. where you can smoke inside, aren't there? Or no? Maybe not.
I don't think so. You can in casinos, though.
Oh, that's true.
Part of the reason, actually, I have on my list that I don't like casinos.
Right. You mean you don't want to just chain smoke while you play blackjack and lose all your money all night, Jared?
If I was a casino head, I probably would smoke cigarettes. I get it in that case. I understand. I always say also that, like, if I were to go to war, I'd probably start smoking cigarettes, you know, like...
Right.
I get the appeal.
Look, man, a lot of people go to China and start smoking cigarettes.
Same with Europe, dude.
Right. That's true.
I saw that happen through my like middle school to high school days. You know that where it's like like what are you doing? When did this happen?
Right. For sure.
And it's just because everyone smokes cigarettes in Europe too. I remember,
and Asia as well.
Yeah, Asia as well. Some of my parents' favorite restaurants back when we lived in Germany, there was great food, but you'd have to just like burn your clothes as soon as you got home.
Right. The funniest thing too is when they have like smoking sections, and if it's not like closed off, it's like, well, that doesn't really do anything either.
Especially in Europe, when it's not like you're at like a cheesecake factory or something, or an Olive Garden. It's like there's like 12 tables in this place.
Exactly.
And it's there's not really any real separation here, but I appreciate the effort. It hasn't done anything.
Right. But yeah, dude.
But that's you like to shit on the US. I do too, let's be honest. But I would say that the smoking is one area where I think we've done well.
Right. I tell you what, Jared, I was talking to somebody at work the other day, and they actually told me that I don't remember how it really came up. This whole idea came to me from you saying that you and I both like to, kind of make jokes and shit on the U.S. I was talking to somebody, and they were like, yeah, the U.S. is definitely the greatest country in the world. And I was just like, wait, what? You think it's the greatest country in the world? And I will say this, though, Jared.
Did you actually say that, or did you just agree and move on?
No, I actually said that.
What was their response?
At first, I kind of looked at him, and I was like, I don't know if I would say we're the greatest country in the world. I was like, why? I don't even remember if I asked them, why are we the greatest, or how are we the greatest country in the world? But what they said was, and I thought it was very hard not to chuckle at this, Jared. They were like, I mean, just look at how much freedom we have. And it's like, okay, we do have some more freedoms and liberties than people in other countries. If we're comparing the U.S. worldwide, yes, we are not the...
We have access to good porn. That's true.
Right. And it's not censored.
Yes.
Yep. There's not like a square censored spot. Here in America, people, we have the faces censored sometimes for privacy reasons. But otherwise, not those weird squares, right? But
pixelation, I think, is the term you're looking for.
Right. Thank you, sir. And then the other thing they said, though, which I agree with, is we do have the right to protest. But the funny thing is, when they said that, I was like, I mean, we do.
Yeah.
But
has that guy ever protested? By the way, what is he protesting?
Probably not. Probably not. But
yeah. Did I see him out there at the Black Lives Matter? I wasn't there either, let's be fair. But I'm like, that's what I love, though, about those people that say that, where it's like...
Here's the thing, though, Jared.
Yeah?
The person that I was talking to was black.
Come on, dude.
They're black, and they were saying, yeah, the U.S. is the greatest country in the world.
Like this? I was having a good time.
Sorry for ruining everything, Jared. But yeah, it was so crazy, though, dude. Like, it kind of stopped me in my tracks a little bit, because I just...
You should have asked him, when did it become the best country in the world?
Right.
That's what I would love to know.
And then the way I
At what
left
stage?
the conversation, right?
Like, was it when his parents and grandparents were living in segregation
housing,
or was it when his great and then ancestors just past that were living in slavery? So it's like, at what point did we finally get to for you, a black person, to say that this is the best country in the world?
Right. Right. Yeah.
See, this is what's wrong with our history. This is why we need to teach critical race theory to children.
This is
starting
also
at
why,
the age
Jared,
of 3.
people need to travel.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I was trying to explain just the concept that, okay, here in the U.S., if I lose my job tomorrow, then I don't have health insurance. If I lose my job tomorrow, a week later, God forbid something terrible happens to me, I go to the hospital, I might be paying off medical bills until I die.
Yeah, you're screwed for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, just in general, that's a great point about traveling, because I think that's one of the big things I learned when I moved to Germany, is that it's not that different, like
right.
like, other than they're kind of quieter and they speak like a different language. It's not that different in the sense where it's like,
and everything isn't flavor blasted.
And that's true. But what I mean by that is that, like, just on a day-to-day basis, because this person wasn't talking about anything financial, also keep in mind. So just on a day-to-day basis, what is making, like, living in the U.S. any better than another country, especially when you factor in things like not having health care unless you have
public transportation,
a good job,
or lack thereof?
Yes, sure. But it's like that's just it's just like a very like a ignorant statement for sure.
Right. Well, and the funny thing is too is I knew the moment they said that I wasn't going to be able to persuade them or change their mind. But it's like, there are a lot of great things about the U.S., but I think to say that America is the greatest country in the world, that's a really bold statement and fails to take a lot of things into consideration.
Yeah. Sorry, I just bought a new pair of chancletas. Like, this sticker still on them.
Oh, man.
And they broke.
Oh, you better take them in for a refund, Jared.
Yeah,
still got the sticker on them.
To Bezos.
Yep, exactly.
I might be able to fix it. That's annoying.
I for sure, though, dude, want to get some comfy winter slippers.
It's just like, I'm not even going to, like, really put in, like, an argument on which country is the best, per se. But I feel like if he were to live in a lot of countries in the world, he'd realize that on a day-to-day basis, it's life is not that different,
Right, for sure. Yeah,
it's different in the sense where you could say that something's better, Obviously, the way people might do things might be slightly different, but
unless, Jared, you're in a dope casino with a fancy cig and a nice drink, winning all of your either with your craps or your slots or your blackjack.
Have you ever been in a dope casino?
Actually, no, I have not.
Yeah, no, me neither.
We're not at that baller status yet,
Did you say we?
Well, okay, I'm not at that baller
I was like, what
status.
Are you doing? How dare you, by the way? Put us in the same bucket. I'm not in the same bucket with anyone, Chad, okay?
That's fair.
I
can't picture
water.
you going. That's right. Well, we all know, Jared, that non-sparkling water is for
the poor people. What, you don't like so bubbles?
Right. Which I find hilarious, though, because you could just buy a Soda Stream nowadays and do it pretty cheap.
Suck, dude. Yeah, but those suck. It's not the same thing.
Well, it's not. You're right.
Although I will say this, I had some White Claws in my fridge. I bought them for a complete, and I haven't touched them for months, or not months, like weeks, because I'm like, I don't really like I've never really been interested. Just yesterday, I popped one, just out of curiosity. I'm like, these bitches are good.
Really?
I had like 3 of them.
Nice.
I was like, what? I don't know. Maybe the brand I had the years ago that I had it was the wrong one. Maybe I had a Truly, and my problem with those were that the bubbles were not strong enough. But this White Claw,
you need solid carbonation for that, for sure.
White Claws aren't bad. Hey, for anyone listening, if you didn't know, White Claws, not bad.
Okay.
I might be blowing people's mind right now.
I mean, I haven't had White Claws, but I had It wasn't truly either. I don't remember what one it was, but I had it when I went camping during the summer. It was pretty good, dude. I had it was like a variety pack.
Yeah,
and it was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight so hard saying that it was refreshing because it was alcohol.
Kind of is. But it is kind of refreshing, but then it sneaks up on you.
Yes, yeah, I was like, oh, these are nothing.
Especially if you have 3 of them. I think I had 3 or 4 of them when I went camping.
It snuck up on me
Jared.
too, for sure.
Yeah,
where I'm like, oh, okay, no, wait, hold on, this is alcohol. I need to remind myself
because you can drink them like they're water. Like your Topos.
Yeah.
Just an adult topo, I guess.
If Four Loko got their hands,
geez.
on the seltzer game, people
that'd be dangerous, dude.
Yeah.
People
if they can make
blacked
something
out at the beach,
as powerful, that sounds like a good time.
Get a nice tan. Just make sure you don't fall asleep too long.
That's hilarious. That's like a SpongeBob joke or something,
right?
If you could have something
you fall asleep with your Four Loko on your chest, Jared, you just have a giant Four Loko tan.
That would burn a can, dude.
Oh yeah,
you'd have probably 2nd-degree burns on your chest.
That'd be bad, yeah.
And the Miami sun for 2 hours, you might have proper burns on your body.
That's true. Bring your aloe vera, that's for sure.
Yeah, but if something could be as potent as a Four Loko and as unassuming as a White Claw,
right. Now, see, here's the scary thing, Jared.
That would take me down quick.
If you mix that Four Loko with a White Claw, or if Four Loko were to do their own version, and they still if they use their old school formula also with the caffeine in it, bro, you'd be done.
Yeah, well then
done.
Then they're gonna be faced put up for charges of murder and conspiracy to murder and
Well, didn't they have to change
Yeah, they changed
their...
it. When we were in college, Four Loko existed and was readily available, but that wasn't the Four Loko. I mean, it was it was a powerful beverage.
2 of
but
them,
it wasn't.
I was done.
That's impressive, and they taste like shit. Also,
yeah. Oh, they're terrible.
But
nobody buys them for the taste, though.
They'd still fuck you up when we were in college, but they wouldn't kill you. I mean, alcohol kills you, period, if you drink too much. But they wouldn't kill you off of 1.5 like the original ones did, or 2 or whatever the original ones
the problem with
did.
those 2 is they were in big cans. They were tall boys.
Yeah,
they
it was
weren't just these
Arizona iced tea.
Exactly.
Which is another thing I've had to cut out of my life. This is killing. This might be killing. This Arizona iced tea might be killing me as fast as this Four Loko. Let's be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of sugar in those puppies.
Yeah,
for sure.
But they were so good. That was like a breakfast drink in high school. For
and
some
back
reason.
in the day when they were 99 cents.
Yeah, where that label meant something. Yeah.
Yep. Those were the days.
Did they take that label off?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because I'm sure stores probably got mad. We're like, can you just let us price this however we want? Okay,
right.
Stop. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, the pharmacy I used to work at, we sold them for 99 cents.
Yeah, I remember at my high school, we had a little bookstore, quote unquote, or whatever, and they had them for the 99-cent ones, and people would be in class chugging those down.
Nice.
Ready to focus on trigonometry.
Right. And then have to go pee 20 minutes later.
Yeah, although I do feel another aspect of getting older is I feel like I notice it on my bladder too.
Right. For sure.
Because I feel like I could drink 2 of those in high school and be like, yeah, I can wait till lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
That's bold, though. That's bold.
Yeah, maybe that's why I can't do it now. Because I destroyed my bladder in high school. Abused it.
You see in the news, in a couple months, Jared suing Arizona iced tea for messing up your bladder.
That's like the Seinfeld where I think it's based off a true story. Where someone sued McDonald's for the coffee being too hot.
It is. It is based on it. Yeah. But here's the thing about that story, though, Jared, because I've had so many students abroad ask me about that.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Dude,
hilarious.
It's worldwide. People. I had students in the Czech Republic.
When did that even happen?
And I think
early
in the
2000s?
90s, maybe early 2000s. I don't know. Maybe even longer ago than that.
I'll look it up. It might be longer. It might be late 80s, early 2000s.
Could be. But yeah, so what happened, though, Jared, is this poor old woman got 3rd-degree burns all on her legs from the coffee. And I guess at that McDonald's, they were kind of
1992.
notorious. Okay.
My birth year.
There we go. They were kind of known, I guess, for that place, just like they served their coffee too hot. And that's why the lady sued him, I guess.
In 1992, 79-year-old Stella Liebeck, or Liebeck, I don't know. In German, it would be
Liebeck.
Liebeck.
Is this Jared's story time?
No. Have we even started this podcast yet? I have no idea.
I don't know. I feel like we have, but I
cup
don't know.
of takeout coffee at McDonald's drive-thru in Albuquerque and spilled it in her lap. She sued McDonald's, and a jury awarded her nearly $3 million in punitive damages for the burn she suffered. So yeah,
because I guess their argument was, like, yeah, you can get burns from coffee, but you shouldn't be getting burned that bad.
Reading this is that's hilarious. Reading this is kind of like a Seinfeld episode. Mrs. Liebeck was not driving when her coffee spilled, nor was the car she was in moving. She was the passenger in a car that was stopped in the parking lot of the McDonald's where she bought the coffee. She had the cup between her knees while removing the lid to add cream and sugar, which is a rookie mistake already. Because the genius of the coffee cup, or that sort of lid-based cup in general, is that the lid adds a level of structural rigidity.
Uh-huh.
So if you take off the lid with it between your legs, it's almost inevitable. Especially, I mean, she's 79. She doesn't have that good control. She doesn't have solid control. It's inevitable that when you take the lid off, it's gonna push in because the cup is weaker at that point.
Right. Sure.
Anyway, I'm not blaming the victim here, but I guess I am. She was the passenger in the car that stopped moving on her knees, added cream and sugar. When the cup tipped over and spilled the entire contents on her lap, the coffee was not just hot, Chad.
Scalding.
But dangerously hot. McDonald's.
Really? They went with dangerously hot? There's so many better words.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know. Use there's a word that's scalding. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a great word.
Scalded her skin.
Instead of just being like, it wasn't hot, it was really hot.
Dangerously hot, yeah.
Yeah,
dangerously. Like that's on like the hot Cheetos bag. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
McDonald's corporate policy was to serve it at a temperature that could cause serious burns in seconds. That was their corporate policy? What? Hold on.
Wait, what?
McDonald's corporate policy
Yeah.
was to serve it at a temperature that could cause serious burns in seconds.
That couldn't. That has to be a typo, and it has to be couldn't.
It says could. That could cause...
I believe you. Okay.
Hey, listen. We're trying to fuck these people up, okay?
Until they take you to court, then it's like, ooh, maybe we shouldn't have done that.
Mrs. Liebeck's injuries were far from frivolous. She was wearing sweatpants that absorbed the coffee and kept it against her skin. She suffered third-degree burns, the most serious kind, and required skin grafts on her inner thighs and elsewhere. Liebeck's case was far from an isolated event. Blah, 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 blah. It's happened before. So, yeah. All right, It's real.
Yep. But I had so many students ask me about that because... And that is the weird thing about the U.S. though is you can I feel like you can sue anybody for almost anything. Am I right?
Are you saying her lawsuit was frivolous?
No, I'm saying that in the U.S. you can sue people for all sorts of things.
Okay,
I'm not saying it was frivolous.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, suing.
That's why I get iced coffee and iced tea though, man. Then if it spills on you, no burns.
Yeah, but there's something about that hot. I like that heat.
That's true. When it's cold out, especially.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
like
true.
I'll transition. Like I'll do summer iced, winter hot, but I'll still probably do. It's interesting.
Dangerously hot.
I'll still do hot in summer, but I won't do cold in winter. Do I do dangerously? I mean, not on a regular basis. Do I do dangerously hot? I don't know how to do dangerously hot. I just have a thing that boils my water, and I. And then I pour that in there. Like, how much hotter could I get it than that?
I mean, if it's boiling, I think that's about as hot as you really need. How much hotter
does it get than boiling? Doesn't it start evaporating after that?
I think so, doesn't it?
It doesn't get hotter, does it? It evaporates.
I don't think so. Right, I think.
See, Chad, that's a great science question that we don't know the answer to. Does the water get hotter than whatever it is, 200 or whatever?
You are right, though. It gets hotter, it evaporates. But here's the other scary thing about it evaporating, Jared.
Yeah.
You can burn yourself on steam.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's terrible. I've done that before for sure.
Yeah.
But that
it
wasn't my
sucks.
question, just to be clear.
What's your question?
My question was,
It gets hotter.
does it does water or whatever, any liquid, like go past their boiling point, or does it just like hit the boiling point and it can't
then.
and it cannot get hotter than that?
Well, no, when it gets hotter, it evaporates.
Right. Okay. So it can't get hotter than that.
Right.
Okay.
I think so. I'm not a science person.
Well, that's
Jared.
why I'm so
we're
confused about. I bring this up because we're talking about the burning yourself with coffee,
Right.
where it's like I just have something that boils water. So you like, and I'm like, you can't get hotter than that. Granted, I've never spilled it on myself. I guess.
Don't those coffee things also have like a temperature thing you can set it at?
I just use a French press, but which is just.
No, I'm saying like
container.
at McDonald's, they have like the big things of coffee. They're not using a French press at McDonald's, Jim.
They're not?
I don't think so.
Damn it. I thought I was getting
Maybe
a gourmet
the
cup of
McCafes
coffee.
in Europe, dude.
Yeah,
the coffees are better there.
Dude, I bet you at a McCafe in like Paris or something, or Rome, they totally could give you like a French press for the table.
Right.
And some macaroons or something.
For sure. Or a croissant.
Yeah, do you want a croissant and a French press for the table?
Right. Or if you're in Italy, get a cappuccino.
Yeah. No, I could see that, to be fair. But yeah, no, that's a good point. I don't know, dude. We're really just rambling here.
Yeah, I think we should just go into the Untranslatables at this point.
All right, dude. All right, let's do it.
You can add the song in post. It's been a fun conversation. I've been enjoying myself. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, I've been enjoying myself. Sorry. What, did you
All
hear
right,
that?
There we go.
I thought I heard some weird noise for a second.
That was probably my mic stand. I gotta need some WD-40, Jared. But it's time for some Untranslatables, which are idioms, proverbs, sayings, axioms that don't always translate on a one-to-one basis into English. And we are your tried and true untranslatable experts. You want to get us started today, Jared?
Sure, Chad. Oh, my mom texted me one the other day. Let's see. And
oh yes,
but she's not a great texter, which is fine. It's better that she's.
I'm not a good texter either, if we're being honest.
Right, I'm not either. So I guess I see where I get it from now. So
Right.
I actually don't even know what this one means, but I thought it would be fun. And I meant to look it up, but I didn't. So I thought it'd be fun. Maybe we could try to figure it out, and
Sure.
we'll probably get it wrong, and we'll never know the answer. So she said she heard it on NPR this morning, which was yesterday, doesn't even matter when you're listening to this. Anyway. Here, I'll just read it. Here's an untranslatable for you. I heard someone say it on NPR this morning as they were talking about the CDC approval of the COVID boosters. Dancing on the head of a pin.
Oh, that's like, I feel like that's got to be kind of like if you're on thin ice.
But it seems like a celebratory thing to me.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Because they're talking about the boosters for the CDC is approving
Right.
boosters. I don't know why. Who's on thin ice in that situation?
That's true. That's true.
The anti-vaxxers.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they were on thin ice before the boosters, but yeah.
True.
With their lives, not just with their jobs.
Yeah, I guess I could
think
see
it's a celebratory thing, like some sort of but I don't understand how.
like a touchdown dance.
Something celebratory, yeah. I don't know.
Right.
Anyway.
To pat your back, maybe?
I do have other translatables that I...
Toot your own horn?
All right. Yeah, sure, yes.
I don't know. Anyways, continue, Jared. Sorry.
All right, do you want to give you a real... not a real one. I mean, the other one is a real one, too. One that I know the answer to,
Sure.
let's say.
Absolutely.
This one is Mexican-Spanish. The Formula One is in Austin, Texas this week. And there's a lot of support for Sergio Checo Perez, who's a Mexican Formula One driver in Texas. And there's just a lot of, you would actually love it. We should have talked about this because just it's a very interesting cultural thing to witness. The U.S. Grand Prix gets a lot, like at least this year. I don't know if this is normal out. There's just like a lot of buzz around it. Like so many Formula One drivers have like special helmets just for the American Grand Prix with like American flags and shit. George Russell has a freaking sheriff badge on his, and now people are talking about how he's probably a Tory. But I'm just like, obviously there's people saying howdy and shit in terrible American accents.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it is so interesting to see. these like Europeans are and essentially get like
Lewis
all
Hamilton be like, stay positive.
No, not him. He hasn't changed. He hasn't
Okay.
changed. He's not doing the American accent. He kind of lives in America already, by the way.
Okay.
That's one of his. But he's one of the few ones because a lot. Daniel Ricciardo had on a cowboy hat with the bolo tie and like the shirt with the designs and the cowboy boots and everything. And meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton was wearing his normal like super fashionable shit where it's like I don't even know that raggedy
That
jacket
drip,
cost
man.
$10,000.
Right.
Anyway. That's all. I was saying that just to say that's why I had Mexico on my mind. Con dinero. So far, you know exactly what it says.
Yep, with money.
Baila el perro.
With money dances. The dog dances with money.
There you
See?
go, Chad. With money, the dog dances. The dog dances with money, I would say, works
Everybody's
just as well.
got their price, Jared. Or people are easily influenced.
We have a popular untranslatable here. You're right, Chad.
But we have that ham horn? I come here for the ham horns.
No, not yet. Because we have a popular untranslatable here in the U.S. that I think explains it in 2 words a lot better than what you're saying.
Okay.
With money, the dog dances.
Give me a clue.
There's a movie that was from the late 90s. You probably wouldn't know it. I think it was like, I don't think it was your thing, but it was
2 words. Dirty Dancing?
Chris Tucker.
It's
about what you were saying. You had it right, but we have an untranslatable.
Right, I'm trying to figure out that. Rush Hour?
Chad.
Oh, that's not Chris Tucker.
It is Chris Tucker, but
okay.
That has no connection to what you were to money or anything. What does that have any connection to do with this untranslatable?
I mean,
Rush Hour.
Isn't the family rich?
Random Chris Tucker movie. Friday?
Didn't you? Didn't you?
No,
didn't
Chad.
you
It
say
doesn't
Chris
mean
Tucker?
Friday. I did say Chris Tucker, but I'm saying you had it right.
Okay.
But there's an untranslatable.
And
I'm saying you probably don't know this movie. I said that already.
All right, let's hear it then.
I'm saying you had it. Money talks is all I was looking for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does.
Rush Hour.
Oh, that's funny. Money talks.
Which is a great movie.
Yeah. I've never seen it, so I couldn't tell you. You were right about that.
Hold on.
Money talks. I've seen Rush Hour. I've seen
oh.
Rush Hour many times. Don't worry, Jared.
Dude,
you would have ended this podcast with me, I think.
Rush Hour 2?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. After that, it doesn't really matter if you've seen the one. I think I've seen Rush Hour 3.
Fast and Furious 20? No, I'm just kidding. All right. My first one for you, Jared, is Finnish, and it is pesta. Let's see here. Pesta samako susta, to release the frog from the mouth.
Is that like to spit it out, like say to to release the frog from? Is that like to put your foot in your mouth, say something stupid?
Very good. Hit that ham horn, Jared. Very good. Exactly. It is when you say something embarrassing or inappropriate. It can also include when people say something ignorant or offensive. For example, Torben really released the frog from his mouth when he exclaimed his love for bacon at the vegan convention.
Yeah. All right, Torben. Read the room, Torben. Torben. That's a good name. That's a powerful name.
Wearing a bacon shirt.
My next and final untranslatable is French Canadian, and it's faire le boss de Bécossé.
Which means?
The boss of the toilets.
Boss of the toilets?
Yeah.
Is this alcohol related?
No.
Okay.
It has something to do with being a boss.
Okay.
Or not.
Oh, but the boss of the... Is it somebody who, they think they're important, but they're not really important?
There you go.
Okay. I like that.
Someone that has mistaken themselves for the leader. Where it's like,
gotcha.
Who do you think you are telling me what to do?
Right. You're the boss of the toilets.
Yeah.
Go sit down.
Go take care of those.
Right. Exactly. I like that one. I'm going to give you a choice here, Jared. Either Tamil or Hungarian. What's your pick?
Ooh. Are you, okay. I'm going to go Hungarian.
Okay, good. I think this is a good one. All right, this one is Hungarian. Miért itatod az ereget? Ergereket.
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, there's no way you can pronounce that correctly.
Right. Give drinks to the mice.
Oh, is that like you're crying?
Wow. How did you know that, Jared? That is crazy.
Chad, this is episode 338 or whatever of the Untranslatable podcast.
That's fair.
This is what I do.
That is true. That was a good one. Yeah, good work. Yeah, to cry.
All right. That's all I had, by the way.
Which, Jared, might be something that could happen to you if you gamble and you lose big. You might be giving a lot of drinks to the mice.
Yeah, I lost $40 like, 10 years ago at this point? No, 10 years ago at this point.
Okay.
And I still give water to the mice.
Still lament on it?
Sometimes, yeah. My favorite. Do you have any sort of experience with gambling? Any interest in gambling? Do you like gambling?
I've done a little. Well, is sports betting gambling?
Betting is gambling, Chad.
So yes. So then my answer is yes, Jared.
Is betting? You just asked, is betting gambling?
Right. I guess that was a pretty stupid
gambling. Is saying if this team wins or loses for money gambling?
Probably.
That's definitely gambling. Okay, yeah. So that's gambling. That's gambling. You've done it through like some of like the sites or whatever.
Yeah. Some. A couple of them were tennis tournaments.
Okay.
Did not predict. I was hoping my boy Rafa would pull through. Then he got injured. So that was peachy.
How well do you understand the odds and stuff?
I mean, well, now that I don't follow tennis that actively, not very well, and you know me, Jared, I'm not very much of a math person, anyways. So trying to like calculate and think of the odds or the spread and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how it would work in tennis, but in most sports it's pretty simple, where it's like covering the spread. I don't even gamble, but I think this is how it works, where it's like, I don't know how it would work in tennis, but in like football or something, it would be like, I'm going to bet that this team is going to win, and the odds are like, let's say like within more than 7 points. So if I bet that they're going to win, they can't only win; they have to win by more than 7 points. And those are sort of like, I don't know if those are the odds, but I don't know. I don't know anything about gambling.
I think that's like the over under, isn't it?
Why? Yeah. Why are we doing this? I don't know anything about gambling. Some of my fondest memories of gambling. I hate gambling. I have no interest at all. No interest. I'm a cheapskate, and being cheap and hoarding my money makes me very happy. But
me too. You and I both.
Well, perfect. A great episode to do. A great episode then for two people that know very little about gambling and don't even like it. We're going to talk about gambling. But anyway,
let's talk about it though.
My fondest memories of gambling. I had a slight time with gambling. Me and my friends, we really got into it. Sports gambling, it was serious. Yep. Now, this is when I lived in Germany, Chad. So I'm going to need you as the boots on the. I already regret what I'm doing right now. I'm going to need you as the boots in the ground to let me know what was happening in the U.S. at this time. But when I was in Germany, let's say, it must have been late 2007, 2008, because it was Facebook. Okay. Did you have Facebook at that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like my first year or two on Facebook, I think.
Same. Because I remember my sister had it before me, because it was originally only for people that were
in college.
In college, yes.
Right.
And she was always like, "No, this isn't for you." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it is."
Let me get a Facebook and show you.
Yeah. Anyway, and it ruined my life like everyone else in the world. Anyway,
collecting all your data.
Yeah. One of my fondest memories of early Facebook for me was there was sports gambling on there. Do you remember that?
Really? No, I don't
know if that was a Europe thing. It wasn't real money.
Oh, it might be.
It wasn't real money.
It might be a Europe thing.
I don't know if you had that there or maybe you just didn't do it. But I specifically remember me and my friends heavily gambling. And this was all fake money, by the way. All fake money.
Right.
It's just all just Facebook bucks or whatever the fuck.
Okay.
But heavily.
Fucks? Facebook bucks?
Yeah, fucks. Chad, that is a great joke. Yeah, we're all just gambling fucks, and but But it was we took that shit seriously. We would like come to school and be like, "Oh, I bet on," and it was mostly soccer, all the various European leagues or whatever.
Right.
But I think we might have even expanded into American sports as well, like football and basketball. Maybe basketball, maybe not football. I don't remember. Definitely soccer, maybe basketball. Iffy on the football, but that was my parents hated that I did that.
Oh, I'll
Every
bet.
chance that they saw me doing it, they would tell me like, "Don't do it anymore. Stop doing it." But
Right.
I
You
was
kept
addicted.
doing it.
The rush was too good, Chad. And I'm like, "It's not real money. I'm not losing anything." And they're like, "Yeah,
Right.
but we could see it in your eyes."
But you're giving too many fucks. That was the problem, Jared.
Yeah, look at you. You're staying up you're watching cricket.
Right.
You don't care about rugby. It's like, listen, oh, sorry, I turned off my
I
microphone.
need more Facebook bucks.
Yeah, the what do you call it? The black
The fucks?
The all blacks are unstoppable this year. Yeah, I'm into Australian rules football. Okay.
Right. Start watching even like Canadian football. What if you start watching really weird, obscure sports like
Yeah, like curling.
Yeah, curling. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, listen, you don't know. Dimitrikov has been killing it on the ice recently in
Right.
curling.
Dude, I could have made a killing back in the day with like table tennis gambling, I betcha.
Yeah.
I used to know all about, who the top players were, all that stuff.
Are there table tennis sort of hangouts like pool halls, table tennis halls where people
It'd
get
be a
drunk?
club.
It's harder to get drunk and play table tennis.
I mean, you can.
Sure, obviously you can. You can do everything drunk. But I'm saying like
there's no spots like a bowling alley. No, it's
Right.
like a legit club.
But I'm saying it's
usually.
harder to be competitive and be intoxicated in table tennis than bowling or
Right.
or
Golf.
or what was that? Just pool, because table tennis is such a fast moving sport,
Right.
where it's like your quick reflexes are what makes you good, like part of what makes you good. And so drinking's probably gonna ruin that. So it's hard to have like a late night. Let's get drunk and
Look,
bet
let's
on
be
table
honest, though,
tennis.
Jared. If we're talking about getting drunk, I mean, I think that's exactly what casinos want you to do. Although I guarantee you most people in general tend to lose more money the drunker they get because they're, less probably aware or conscious of how much they're spending and how much they're betting.
There are a lot of people
All
out there
chasing
that's
that rush,
you
right,
don't even
Jared?
know. Once my inhibitions are lowered, I'm free, and that's when I really start racking in the cash. Have you ever been to a casino, Chad?
I've been to one casino, and all I
This is
did was play
hilarious.
slots. Very
This is
boring.
hilarious. With every sentence, I'm like, why are we doing an episode about gambling?
Well, I have some talking points that I can
Okay.
get to if you want.
Go for it.
Well, the first question that I have actually for you, Jared, is, I mean, we talked about the rush a little bit, but why do people actually gamble? Like you and I, neither of us really gamble, other than back when you were a teenager playing, the Facebook gambling.
Yeah.
Why do people gamble? Do you think is it all for the rush? Do some people? Some people might actually be good and be able to win some money. I don't know.
It's an addiction, Chad. It's a problem that a lot of people have. Like, it's a real problem. That's like saying, why do people drink a lot of alcohol or something? It's like, that's a good question. And
Right.
I don't think there's and it's been proven that there's no sort of cure for these things. So
I mean, I guess in a way I could see how gambling could get addictive, because you do have that kind of rush. But I feel like I would be very similar to you, Jared, as you mentioned at the top of the show, losing your $40 and you're still thinking about it. I would be the same way, man. Like, and the funny thing is too, when I could easily imagine a lot of people just saying, well, it's only $100. I can afford to just kind of throw that away. And, but my question to you is, and I guess we both have the same answer here, but is that money worth the rush?
yeah,
Or worth the chance of winning more money?
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
People have lost cars, homes, families. Yeah. That's like saying, is it worth a rush to do heroin, even though we know it's bad? It's like, yeah, that's why people are still doing it on a regular basis.
I just don't get the rush though, especially at casinos. It's all the odds are never in your favor or rarely in your favor.
I mean, you can win, but that's not how this works, Chad. I mean, that's like once again, this is an addiction. So like you can't that's like saying, why do you keep doing heroin or drinking even though it's ruining your life and you've lost your job, you know? Where it's like, well, you're asking for a rational answer to where there's no rational answer.
True.
So I don't have an answer for you. I don't know what you want from me other than like, there's no yeah, of course. But that's how much like that's how the drug dealer gets you to keep coming back. That's how the casino gets you to keep coming back. And then the casino will throw in some free drinks and they'll let you smoke cigarettes in there too. And then they don't have any windows, so you forget what time it is.
That blows my mind, dude. The fact that they just don't have windows. I mean, I guess it's smart marketing on their point or smart planning.
I as marketing, you missed my great portmanteau. I mean, if anything, it's the cigarettes that'll keep me out of casinos.
Right.
But yeah.
I feel like all the bright flashing lights and sounds, it's kind of like a sensory overload too.
Yeah. I mean, probably. I haven't been in a casino in a long time and I have no interest in it. I'm the kind of person that, where's my freaking AirPods to go to the grocery store, bro? So, you know.
Well, you know what, Jared? I might just have the thing for you. How about online casinos and online gambling?
Oh, really? I can lose my money in the comfort of my own home?
That's right, Jared. While you're eating your Hot Pockets, you go, because they're too hot right out the microwave, you can blow all your money as well.
Wow. Is this when we go into our online sports bets ad or something?
Exactly. Or your TexasHold'em.com.
Yeah, that's right. FanDuel, everyone. FanDuel. Right. Use the code Untranslatable.
Know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, Jared, as Kenny Rogers used to say.
FanDuel. Do you have anything you'd like to say about online gambling other than it exists?
Well, yeah, I think it makes sense, right? Obviously, there are people out there like you, Jared, who aren't trying to go to the casino. And I think it's smart on their part. I'm assuming it's probably pretty successful if it's still, it's been around for a little while and it's still here. But the crazy thing is with online gambling, I kind of worry, like, what if you like mess up, Jared? What I mean is, you're typing stuff in. What if you like make a typo and then you meant to bet $100, then you bet 1,000? Or you thought you were betting 1,000 and you bet 10,000.
You're an idiot.
Not worried about it?
I'm not worried about it because that's not going to happen to me.
That's fair.
You're an idiot. I don't know. What are you talking about? That's like, yeah, I don't know.
I will say this, though, too, Jared. I have a feeling that online gambling might be even more addictive than like going to a casino. Because it's just, I think at least it's way more convenient,
Yeah, sure. For sure. Yeah. It's kind of like drinking at home versus going to a bar. Some people like the aspect of actually going out. Some people hate people,
Right.
And like to just be home. Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I just going to constantly compare those to addiction because I don't know. We're talking about gambling. And are we going to have to do one of those disclaimers at the end and like give out a phone number?
If you have problem gambling, call this. No.
If you're in this state, call this number.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Just list off all 50 states. If you're in this country, speaking of countries, Jared, there are, and just places in general, there are some, obviously Las Vegas kind of goes without saying. I feel like it's not even really important to talk about.
Have you ever been there before?
I've never been to Vegas. No.
Once again, my new fun game is just constantly invalidating everything in this episode. Neither of us have been to Vegas either. Yeah. No, it has.
You've been to Atlantic City, haven't you?
I don't know. I don't think. Not that I can recall. I was relatively close to it when I lived in Philadelphia, but I don't think so.
Okay. Well, once again, neither of us are really big gambling heads.
No.
But
do you have any interest in going to I mean, not Atlantic City. That seems like a real not fun place to be. But like Vegas or anything like that?
I think it'd be fun to check out. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. I do worry though, Jared, that like, what if I go there and then like do get that rush of like excitement through gambling, win a little bit of money, and then it just goes. You don't think that'll happen? Am I rational enough, Jared?
I mean, do you know anyone in your family that has a addiction problem? I think maybe that might be what you would consider first,
right?
And if because I don't think I'd be shocked if you're just like, oh my god, I'm into
Thankfully,
it now.
no. But I will tell you this, though, Jared. My sister has gone to a lot of different casinos, and she's won actually a decent chunk of change at quite a few different places.
Okay.
She's done craps and blackjack. And I remember we were on a cruise when I was like 12 or 13. And she was, my sister's quite a bit older than me. And so she was, one night she was gambling and she came back and she won like $800. Damn. And I was, for a 12 or 13-year-old, I was like, holy crap, that's a shit ton of money.
Let me remember that for the future. I need to learn that skill. And you never did.
Exactly. Nope.
Especially craps. Craps is a crapshoot.
Crapshoot?
No. Okay. I mean, that's so. Yeah. I think you'll be okay. I don't think you're gonna discover the beast within at 30.
Right. Probably not. Maybe not. Who knows though? If you have to like come pick me up from like some random casino like in Greektown or something,
if I have
you're
to
not doing it.
If I have to come pick you up. Oh, by the way, I'll tell you about it later.
Okay, fair
unrelated. But yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I guess I should be flattered that you would call me. I'll pick you up. I might be intoxicated myself. I can't promise.
Well, maybe that's how I'll
send an
get
Uber.
You to come down to the casino. Be like, hey, drinks on me, buddy.
Yeah, I'll send an Uber for you. Hey, get into this black Camry. Next thing I know, you're in like Guadalajara. Wrong black Camry.
Camry? I thought you said Corolla.
Get in.
Right? Oh, man. But yeah,
okay.
Obviously Vegas goes without saying, Jared. What I was, when I was doing some homework for this episode, I was wondering, Vegas I think would be cool to check out. But also like some people are like, if you like gambling, but you want something more low key, Reno, Nevada. What do you think? Yes, no?
Yes, no, what? Because I don't want gambling. So yes, no, what?
So then you wouldn't
neither
want
of
to
the
check out
cities
Reno.
have really any appeal to me. Although I do know, I listen to a podcast and someone goes to and one of the people, they go to Vegas from time to time, and they don't gamble at all, and they seem to have a good time, like going on like helicopter tours, right? And shit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of live stuff. Live stuff these days is the last thing on my mind. But yeah, I guess I'd go if there was someone that like was asking me to go with them and wanted to go on a trip for some reason. I want to be like, no, pick another place. I'd go.
Right.
But it wouldn't be a place that I would bring up as an option.
Okay.
But I'm not against it. I'm open to all sorts of things, Chad.
You know what, Jared? I do enjoy going on trips with you, and I'm wondering what would be. I'm going to give you some places.
Listen, you might be easier to get me to go to Vegas than to get me to go camping with you.
Okay, that's fair.
At least I'll have a hotel room and some a nice bed.
Well, I know you're also very terrified. I'm going to lead you into the woods and murder you, of course.
Yeah,
I know that's a.
Keep your guard up at all times, Chad.
That's fair. Well, let me give you a couple places, Jared, and I wonder if I could persuade you to visit these places instead of Vegas.
Okay.
So the first one I got for you is Aruba. So here we go. If you needed another reason to visit Aruba other than white sandy beaches and aqua blue water, then the exotic casinos should do it. Dubbed the Vegas of the Caribbean, Aruba has everything you could ever want from a gambling destination. There are plenty of 24/7 casinos. So as our Germany trip, Jared, we were up to like 3, 4 a.m. We can gamble at the casino, Jared, 24/7. Have our dinner there.
I think
have
most
a midnight
casinos.
snack.
I think most casinos are 24/7. I
Are
don't
they?
think there are a lot of casinos that are closing.
Right. Well, probably because they lose money. They got to stay open.
Exactly.
Right. So just so you know, Jared, if you're wondering, well, where can I go? Apparently, the Crystal Casino, the Copacabana, and the Casablanca are all worth checking out in Aruba. Most hotels and resorts also have gambling machines to play sports bets. There you go.
See, that's kind of fucked up. You can gamble in your hotel room. They have systems to gamble in your hotel room.
I think just in the hotel, maybe like in the lobby or something.
Okay. If it's in the hotel room, that seems almost like predatory.
That's yeah, that's fair. That is fair. And here's the other thing, Jared. Some of the hotels and resorts also have giant TV screens where you can sit back, relax, and take in all the major sports matches for betting.
Yeah, that's a real degenerate's dream come true. I would love, I generally am not a fan of like a beach, beach sort of resort getaway like that, all inclusive sort of beach getaway. But, I've been playing a lot of soccer recently. I was looking at myself in the mirror. I look good, Chad, is what I'm saying. And
Nice.
I've also transitioned in the past couple months, year or whatever, to like a shorter soccer short. I like it a lot. Even the ones you tend to see me in are not the shortest ones I wear. But anyway, I can get on board with a trip to Aruba. If I can gamble while on the beach with my six pack abs popping in the sun, and they have like some sort of like connected to the Casablanca hotel in Aruba, like they give you some sort of iPad that you can take out to like the the area, maybe not the beach, but like the area around the pool where they can still serve you drinks and stuff like that. I'd be on board with that. I could see that.
Okay.
I'm on board.
All right.
I'm ready for
Aruba,
it, Chad.
Aruba seems like a good one.
I'm screwed up though, because I shouldn't be getting into sexy shape as winter approaches. As I wear this oversized hoodie.
Right. We did talk about cuffing season last episode.
I
Jared.
know. I'm doing it all wrong. I should be putting on the blubber so I make a better cuddle monster.
Nah, dude, you're doing it right. The ladies will appreciate a nice six pack over being a cuddle monster, I think. I could be wrong.
Jared, I can't cuddle with you. Your abs are digging into my back.
Right? Exactly.
Your thighs are crushing me, Jared.
Right. That's when you just have to say, don't judge my thunder thighs.
Ah, man, that's hilarious.
All right, Jared, I think I can convince you, though. I could persuade you to go somewhere even better. Although Aruba sounds amazing, how about Monte Carlo, Monaco?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that place is like one of the biggest gambling images, right? So here's the little blurb.
I mean, if we want to talk, before you give me the blurb, if we want to talk like bucket list of just extravagance, I would love to watch the Monte Carlo Formula One race from a yacht.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's like one of those like, just like if I'm like a multi-millionaire sort of bucket list things that I would love to do. Sipping champagne on a yacht. Once again, short shorts.
Just hearing the cars whiz by.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Yeah. So here's some info about Monte Carlo for all you folks out there. When you think of Monte Carlo and gambling, images of James Bond spring to mind.
Yeah.
Where Vegas can be garish and outlandish, Monte Carlo is opulent and classy, which appeals to the most sophisticated gamblers, a.k.a. my boy Jared over here. The microstate may be the smallest country in the world, but it's is it really the smallest country in the world?
I guess so.
I didn't know that. Okay.
I'd believe them before you believe me.
Okay, that's fair. Ain't that the truth, Jared? But it's the ultimate gambling destination in Europe. Don't be put off by the reputation of opulence. Monaco has something for everyone, from the 1 cent minimum bets. There you go.
No.
That's for me, Jared, not for you.
I'm not.
At the Bay
you don't
Casino,
go to Monaco to do penny bets.
That's fair.
If you're in Monaco, you have to be prepared for what Monaco has to offer, and that's extravagance.
Right. That's fair. I
and
agree
if you
with
can't
you there.
hang, then go to Reno.
Or Atlantic City, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly.
For sure. Okay, so far, Jared, I've given you Aruba.
Oh yeah. So sorry. Go ahead, please.
So I've given you Aruba. I've given you Monaco.
And Vegas.
Or sorry, Monte Carlo.
Well,
and
Monaco's
Vegas.
too. Monte Carlo is in Monaco, right? I believe.
Yeah, Monte Carlo is in Monaco. Yep. How about London, England?
Interesting. See, ooh, okay. I almost thought you had me with Monte Carlo. I really see myself. I'll let you continue because I would like to talk through my decision.
Okay.
I'll let you go because I like the idea of London too.
So here we go. London, England. London is a gambler's paradise with no rigid anti-gambling laws to worry about. Anyone over the age of 18, so you and I, Jared, can bet on pretty much anything.
That, Chad.
What?
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell people my age. Okay,
That's fair.
I'm at the point where now I need to keep it secret.
I feel like if you shaved off that beard, people might be like, "Who's this young 20-year-old?"
Although being bald doesn't help. Being bald always kind of ages people. I think
that's
too.
fair. That's fair.
Although I can.
Well, maybe,
by the way, I do have hair, everyone, so I could grow it back if I wanted to. So just to be clear. Go ahead.
Right.
Sorry.
Maybe I need to go bald, Jared, to get rid of all my grays.
Grays are distinguishing. People, people love grays.
Makes you look old though, Jared.
Yeah, it's kind of like glasses too. Makes you look a little smarter than you are.
True.
Right.
We should do an episode sometime about like ageism and getting older. That might be a fun one. Anyways. London, England is a gambler's paradise. Already read that. You can bet on anything if you're above the age of 18. If you happen to be across the pond when your favorite team is playing for the NFL or NBA, you'll have no problem finding a sports book that's taking wagers. Check out some of the fancier casinos like the Ritz Club or the Hippodrome. But there are also smaller, more casual sports books that can be found all along the high streets of London.
Okay.
Might be kind of fun. It'd be an interesting experience, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Are there any more?
I do have a couple more, yeah.
Okay. I want to wait until you've gone through all of them before I give my decision.
Next one for you is Singapore. Singapore is relatively new to the gambling scene, with gambling having been legalized in 2005. Despite its newbie status, it's established itself as one of the best gambling destinations in the world. Sports books aren't really a thing here yet due to strict gambling laws in the city, but the casinos certainly make up for it. Stay in one of these super luxurious casino resorts like and you need to Google this, Jared, Marina Bay Sands, and enjoy over 350 tables at their casino. Why not visit their theme parks, nightclubs, or cool off in the infinity swimming pool while you're at it?
Have you ever been in an infinity swimming pool?
I've not, but they look dope.
Yeah, I haven't either. I feel like, being naked in an infinity pool is like, that's what I would like to do in Monte Carlo.
There you go.
I want to be naked in an infinity pool. Yeah, no, this place is freaking insane.
Yeah, it is amazing. This Marina Bay Sands.
Is this, what city is this?
That's like an atrium and shit.
Is this Bali or something?
No, this is in Singapore.
Oh, right. Bali's in Indonesia, right? You said
Indonesia,
Singapore.
yep.
I forgot about that. I was looking at pictures and I forgot where I was at. Okay.
But yeah, that place looks amazing.
Yeah.
Marina Bay
That's like
Sands.
the three towers?
I think so, yeah.
That's that, like, even architecturally, it's wild to look at.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so Singapore. So we've done London, Singapore, Aruba, and Monte Carlo. I'll give you one more.
Okay.
Because the other ones, I don't think either of us would pick some of these other ones. Macau, China.
I've heard of that. I heard that was a hot spot.
I almost took a job there, actually, Jared. And when I was doing research about the university and just the place, I was blown away by just how many different casinos and resorts they had. So here we go.
Is Macau, if we're talking a tier, is that like a tier? Jesus Christ, dude. Sorry, I was Googling Macau, China as I was about to ask you this question. These buildings are insane.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? I was going to say it's a tier 1 city, and I got distracted by my own Google search.
Well, you know what's crazy, though, about Macau, though, Jared, is that it used to be a Portuguese colony or settlement. And so a lot of the architecture and buildings and even signs still today are in Portuguese.
This looks like one of those pictures where when they say like what the world will look like in 2050 if like Jeff Bezos wasn't born or something.
Right.
Like, this is insane. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Like, I knew Macau was anyway. So is Macau like a tier 1 city?
Based on population size, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because a tier 1 city,
so it's extravagant, but it's not that big.
Right. And I've heard it's a great kind of like a like a weekend or long weekend, or even like just like a short, like a 5-day week trip.
I think there's a Formula One race there
In Macau, really?
Yeah. Or not in recent years, but or in recent years, but not in the past like year or two. Yeah, there has been, and it's a street circuit. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah.
So this is what's
tell me about
interesting
Macau, please.
Macau, yeah. So first of all, Jared, Las Vegas has actually lost their title of gambling capital of the world to Macau. And Macau is the only area in China where gambling is actually legal and permitted. And since the Chinese do love gambling and sport betting, business is booming. Which, I definitely saw dudes at the compound where I used to live, these older Chinese guys, like in their like 40s and 50s, playing, I forget what card game it's called, and they were throwing down
Mahjong.
A bunch of money. It wasn't Mahjong, because
that's not a card game, is it?
Right.
That's some sort. I know it's a
like
popular
dice
Chinese gambling game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a stereotype that Chinese people love to gamble, isn't it?
Yep. I think so.
I think it's based in some level of reality, but it's definitely.
I saw it every night, dude.
I mean,
walking
speaking of
back
rush
from work.
hour, like that is sort of where I first learned that Chinese people. Apparently, this is obviously a sort of a over exaggeration of culture, but that's the first time I was like, so apparently Chinese people love to gamble because all these movies involve. Chinese gambling.
Right.
That's actually just dawning on me now that all the rush hours involve Chinese gambling.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I didn't put two and two together either.
I never really thought about that.
Right.
So yeah, okay. That was probably first put in my head that Chinese people like to gamble. Rush hour said so in 2001 or whatever, 1997 or whatever it was.
So let me give you a little bit more info on Macau. So, as I mentioned, obviously you can do sport betting, and because it's really the only place in China where you can legally gamble. It's a hotspot because of that. The only thing missing from the Macau casino mix is the fancy sports betting lounges that make sports betting so much fun. The reason for this is that sports betting in Macau, this is interesting, Jared, is monopolized by one sports book. So if you want to do sports betting, you got one option there.
Is it government
I bet
run?
They're making
because
I would guess so.
Yeah, because that would not fly in the U.S. That's a monopoly. Right. You can't do that.
Right. You can place your wager on soccer or basketball at just 10 outlets called Macau Slot around Macau City. Just don't expect wall-to-wall screens showing multiple sports.
It must be government. There's no way.
I would imagine so.
That there's some sort of private company that has the
right.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely not. Or if it is, it's supported by the government for sure.
Sure, they got they got their hand in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that said, though, about the sports betting, Macau is still the ultimate gambler's paradise, just minus the sports. It's home to the largest casino floor in the world. Check this out, Jared. It's called the Venetian. Check out Venetian
Isn't there
Macau.
The Venetian's in
Vegas too.
Vegas too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
That's what.
Which comprises of 376,000 square feet.
It's like
of gambling space.
This whole city looks like a sort of idealized future city looks like.
Right.
This is what we're gonna.
Yeah. Well, that
all they need is flying
the building
cars.
in Singapore too.
The Venetian has like a Venice-esque area with like legit gondolas and shit.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy, dude, isn't it?
Wow.
It's absolutely crazy.
That's beautiful.
376,000 square feet of gambling space, 640 gambling tables, and 1,760 slot machines shared. That's crazy.
Similar to Vegas. So those are all the cities?
Yeah, that's it.
Similar to Vegas. I get Vegas vibes with Macau, and something that I don't like about don't love about Vegas that I get with the vibe with Macau as well is that everything is fake, Right. So there's like this fake Eiffel Tower in or fake Statue of Liberty or whatever in Vegas. Like there's this fake sort of facade of Venice in Macau here. Mm-hmm. And I'd rather just see the real thing. Honestly, I don't even really want to go to Venice. I've been there, and I don't really want to go back that much.
Okay.
So, like, I don't love the lack of authenticity. I wish there was more authenticity. I wish there was more of a culture. And I feel like I feel like I that's almost missing when I feel like I'm in some sort of fake sort of amusement park version of a city, you know? And that's what I feel like in Macau and Vegas. So off the bat, I'd take those out.
Okay. All right, so Macau and Vegas are gone. We still have
Singapore kind of scares me a bit. If your boy's trying to get buck wild, I don't think Singapore is the place to get buck wild. Singapore doesn't seem like they really support buck wild behavior.
Definitely not. I think that's a good point. That is a good point.
If your boy is trying to flaunt his genius,
flex and floss,
I don't know if I'd feel comfortable being my full self in Singapore. So I'm gonna have to take that one out.
Okay.
Now there are a couple.
So we got
now we have Aruba, London, and one more.
Monte Carlo,
Monte Carlo, Monaco. Yes, Chad. Jesus Christ, how could I forget that one?
Right.
Okay. See, I'm conflicted. Because I like, as I mentioned, thighs, calves popping. I've been playing a lot of soccer. I've been running a lot.
Right.
So I like the idea of the short.
Monte Carlo or Aruba.
Yes.
So is London out?
I'm not done.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not done, Chad.
Okay.
There's a long thought process here. So I do like the idea of thighs, calves popping, and I do think that's a personal strong suit. So if I'm trying to flex, I think that's an asset.
That should be a new song, Jared, right there. Thighs, calves popping.
And I'm generally not a shorts wearing person, and I think I need to change that, to be honest with you.
There you go.
But anyway. So I do like the idea of being outside. I like the idea of also being in casual wear. But we've been in a pandemic. I feel like I've really mastered casual wear. The Slav suits. I've got a lot. I've got a lot of joggers that I don't think there's anyone that flexes harder than me at a grocery store as far as what I wear. But that's because that's probably where I go more than anywhere else these days.
Right.
I say that to say I miss. Listen, I can wear a suit, bro. I miss suit days, and I feel like London is a great place for formality and wearing a nice suit.
Yeah,
but
true.
This is where I think Monaco is the perfect location. Monaco is the sort of location where you're wearing multiple outfits in one day, and you're out on the yacht enjoying the sun during the day. Thighs popping. Maybe no shirt off, depending on how I'm feeling that day, self-esteem wise. We'll see. Thighs will be popping though. This is so everyone knows. But then at night, you get a little one of those. You get. I'm picturing a 5 to 6 o'clock shower. I'm picturing a champagne flute in the shower, and I'm picturing coming out in a suit, bro.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna say Monte Carlo Monaco is gonna be my
beige
answer.
Suit for you, the khaki suit.
That's a good option for like a warm weather suit, but I'm a big fan of when I'm talking like a casual suit, but still I'm a big fan of a navy suit with brown shoes. That's the look that I see myself in, or I'll entertain a gray suit as well, light gray. I have a light gray suit that I like.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm gonna say Monte Carlo's the answer, Chad. You get best of both worlds. Thighs, calves popping during the day, suit up at night. I'd say
I'm going to tell you mine, Jared.
Please, give me your reasoning. Please.
Although Monte Carlo would be great, I am going to vote London off the list because I'll be real with you. If I'm going to London, it's probably not to gamble.
Sure.
Right?
Okay. There's a lot to do in London.
Right. And then in terms of Monte Carlo, I think it would be really cool.
Can I just say before you continue, and part of my reasoning of why I like London as a second is because there's so much to do. I didn't even know London was a gambling hotspot.
Yeah, I had no idea.
So I think the fact that there's other stuff to do kind of factored into why it was my number 2. So just throwing it out there.
Fair.
I'll let you go now. Please, go
Different parameters, but it's all good.
Yeah, please. Give me your... I still want to hear your reason.
I will say this, too, about London. I think it would be cool to try out the sports betting experience over there.
Yeah, with the football.
Have a couple pints with the mates.
Oh, Rashford missed.
watch. We go there next year when Newcastle United has bought Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo and Mbappe.
Just a sort of freak super team.
Right, exactly.
And then they still lose like the Lakers are probably going to do.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, so I would say not London.
Okay.
Monte Carlo seems cool, But I'm going to be real with you, Jared. It might be a little too fancy schmancy for your boy here. That's why
I embrace fancy life.
Right. And I think it would be a great experience, but there's something about just like chilling on a beach in Aruba that just really appeals to me. I don't know what it is, but the idea of like walking into the casino in my tropical shirt and my flops, pulling down the lever on the slot machine with you know like a daiquiri or some shit in my hand, like sounds like a chill way to do some gambling.
I'd say London and Aruba are like tied for me for second. That's a great point too, because I feel like my sort of fantasy, while it seems lavish and fun, it also seems kind of exhausting, you know?
Right. Taking multiple showers per day.
In Aruba, you don't have to take multiple showers per day because you're outside from like 9 o'clock until like 8 in the evening, and then you just go to dinner at some sort of casual steak place or whatever.
Exactly.
Where you're sort of like partially outside still, so you could still kind of be shirtless.
Right, get that nice sea breeze coming in.
You could have dinner in a tank top if you wanted to, and no one would even look at you twice. In my scenario, I need, like, for a weekend trip, I got like one of those like full-size suitcases.
Oh, for sure.
I got a parcel.
Like a little one that goes on top of it, too.
One of the suit that holds the suits that folds in half.
Yep.
I got to use the iron.
Oh, for sure.
So that's a great point.
Whereas Aruba, you bring a couple tanks, a couple tropical shirts, some shorts,
flip-flops.
Yeah, swim trunks, and you're good.
Yeah, that's true. The Monte Carlo experience does sound a lot more exhausting. And probably, let's be honest, a lot more expensive.
Oh, of course.
I'm probably spending a lot more. But you got the flat rate
more
of
the frugal. Right.
Yeah, and you got this is all inclusive. You know, it's like, all right, I paid $1,200 for 6 days off the bat. And now I'm just losing money gambling, and getting drinks whenever I call for them at next to a pool, infinity pool.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think your choice is strong, and honestly, you kind of have me second guessing. But I do sort of fantasize about that because I'm a Formula One nerd, and the Monaco race is so iconic. I do sort of fantasize about like that sort of just like over the top luxurious experience of being in Monaco.
It'd be cool.
But it would be very cool. As you talk through your reasoning, I'm like, yeah, my shit sounds exhausting. I'm going to bed at like 9 at night.
Right.
I'm passing out.
Right. And I'm like, you know, up till 2 or 3 in the morning, just getting
dancing
drunk
on
at the casino.
beach.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, oh my God, I spilled wine on my white suit.
Right. Yeah, just very different priorities. Right. Exactly. But yeah, dude, I mean, I think it'd be interesting to go somewhere and like gambling on vacation. I feel like would be very different vibes than like if you go gamble in your hometown or something, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that I could get behind it. Most of the gambling I've done a little bit of casino gambling in Canada during our formal, and I've been to, Soaring Eagle in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, which is a casino here in Michigan. Oh, and I went to one in Indiana. I don't remember what the hell it was. It was on a boat or something. But anyway, I think there's some weird rule about how it can't be on land or something, and so in certain areas, like they're on boats or whatever. But anyway,
isn't that so funny, dude? Like just gambling rules and laws around
it's
like the U.S.
Yeah, it's like so now we're going through the exhaustive, like we're putting us on a boat. And now it's fine.
You gotta be on a tugboat, and it's going not even at least 10 miles per hour.
It's not even a boat that like goes anywhere. It's just like you're just on water now.
There,
you're in a boat, like so. It's like it's not like this disconnects from anything. It's connected to the land.
Well, I think also, Jared, cruise ships get like. The reason why you can gamble on cruise ships is you're on those international waters.
International waters is one of the greatest things. Yeah, you can do whatever you want out there. It's like, you can murder someone. It's like, well, what are you going to do?
That's freedom, Jared.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Push your annoying spouse over the edge of the ship and listen, you're international waters.
Oh, jeez.
It just happened, by the way. Not the nothing happened to the person that committed the crime, but that has definitely happened on cruise ships for people who have tried to do that.
I'm sure.
So yeah, I like your reasoning, and I think that makes a lot of sense. You actually got me thinking. You know, I another thing in addition to my thighs and calves popping, I feel like I've grown to enjoy dancing in my older age, and I could see myself on a beach dancing in Aruba. So yeah, so when we talk about me factoring. You know what? Aruba's second, London's third. But I still think I'd go with Monte Carlo. But Aruba's firm second now. You can.
It's a solid choice.
You talked me
for
into
sure.
it.
For sure. Well, folks, let us know where you'd like to do your gambling at untranslatablepodcast@gmail.com. Check us out on Instagram and YouTube, Untranslatable Podcast. And, check us out on Twitter as well, Untranslatable1, the number 1. Slide into those DMs. And also, please, 5-star reviews on iTunes. Let us know how we can make this podcast better for you. So as we say here at the Untranslatable Podcast, Dziękujemy, muchas gracias, shishe, and do svidania. I don't know why, Jared, but whenever I hear the word Aruba, I think of the song Kokomo by the Beach Boys.
Yeah, of course. That's Beach Boys?
Aruba, Jamaica.
I don't think I wrote it. That was the Beach Boys.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna take you.
We're gonna take you down to Kokomo.
Wow, Chad, that was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Occasionally I can hit the notes, Jared. Occasionally.